Welcome to my channel where I talk about achieving your goals and creating the life you want. Today, I want to talk about 3 people you need to think about in order to level up. In this video, I want to talk about 3 people you need to think about in order to help with your level up journey. Stay tuned until the end because the last one might surprise you. So first, in order to level up, you need to think about someone inspirational. This may be a person whose origin story you don't really know that much about. They just kind of represent an idea or a concept or a quality or a trait. I would suggest finding 3 to 5 women who are older than you. It doesn't have to be women that you know in real life. It can be women that you see on Pinterest. It can be celebrities, influencers, or YouTubers. Just find women that make you smile when you hear about them and see them on your screen. Ask yourself, what is it about this woman that I like? It can be their style, mannerisms, career, or their overall personal brand. Think of these women as ingredients in your ideal finished product stew. You can even journal about it. Like, when I get older, I'd love to be aging gracefully like this woman. I'd love to be unapologetic like that other woman. I'd love to be snatched and sexy like this woman. I love this other woman's dark feminine aura. This is almost like putting together a vision board of feminine role models for yourself where the women represent qualities and attributes you aspire to have. Once you have thought about these characteristics and have physical representations of them, it's easier to make steps towards embodying these traits. You can begin reading, listening to podcasts, or watching videos about how to develop the qualities you've pinpointed as aligning with your future self. It's helpful to know where you're going, and you may have a long way to go, but that brings me to my second person. The second person you need to think about in order to level up is women who are also actively trying to better themselves. While the first point I made referenced women who you look up to, this point is more so about finding peers. For many of us, it can be isolating if we are the only one in our office, family, or neighborhood trying to reach new levels of success. The people around us may either be lazy and complacent about reaching their goals, they could have different goals, or they may have already achieved their version of success. I like to find girls online across the globe who have similar goals to mine. They provide valuable information to me when I have a question, and I am also able to make valuable contributions to them since we take interest in many of the same topics. Not only that, but curating a social media algorithm that constantly shows me women who also are working towards the same goals as me lights a fire within me to keep going. So the way that you curate your social media algorithm, you can make a whole new account if you want. I've done this before, or you can just take the page that you already use and you want to start using features like I know Facebook has it. I don't really use Facebook that much, but I know YouTube has it. I'm not as familiar with TikTok and Instagram. They may have them, but your algorithm for the most part is going to continue showing you things that you watch for longer, that you comment on, that you like, that you share, things like that. So stop paying attention to the stuff that you don't want to see more of. Stop letting yourself be rage baited into interacting with certain content because then you're going to see it more and more. You also even have features on certain sites where you can say, show me more posts like this, show me less like this, I'm not interested, don't show me this channel anymore. And I use features like that in order to make it so that like when I scroll down this account, all I see are girls who are working on their fitness, girls who are like similar skin tone to me, girls who are just like pretty and leveling up and stuff, girls who are like, I don't really maybe necessarily know all of them, but if I were to be in a room with them, I would feel like I'm in a room full of my peers. So the last person also will be a source of motivation to you, and it's someone you might not expect. The last person who will impact your level up journey is the person you don't want to be like. Now, you've definitely heard the saying, my haters are my motivators, which does apply to this one. However, this is deeper than that. This group is all about anyone you don't want to be like. These are people who hate on you or others because they don't have enough going on in their lives. This is also the exact opposite of the first group, where before you were thinking of people you want to be more like, whereas now you're getting clear on the people you want to be less like. So these are people who you feel if you were to wake up in 5 years and be just like this person, you would feel depressed. Thinking about this person helps you get clear on the qualities you want to embody less, or even the people you should cut off, the media you should stop taking in, the people whose opinions you'll give no merit to. When you start leveling up, people are going to start noticing and making comments, giving unasked for opinions on the changes you're making. But if you've already established, I don't want anything Sharon has. I wouldn't trade lives with Sharon. I wouldn't trade bodies with Sharon. I wouldn't trade bank accounts with her. It's a lot easier to write her comments off as jealousy, envy, or just something that isn't meaningful to you. So I've decided that on this channel, the same way that people will kind of use like the word Karen, on this channel it's going to be Sharon, and I'll make a video about Sharon lately because that's just going to be the archetype of this woman, this leveled down woman that I'm talking about. So funny enough, it's always the people you want to be nothing like who always have an opinion on you and what you have going on. I always find that so funny. Like, I'm not a teenager myself anymore, and I've always held in my mind that being an adult doesn't mean I should just be handing out advice to younger women left and right, because they might be looking at me like, what the hell makes you think I want to be like you? I definitely remember being in my teenage years, and even now as an adult, like, of course, it would be flattering to be a role model, and conversely, some people get really offended when they see you don't want to be like them. Like when you're at work and your manager is ordering a 5,000 calorie meal for lunch and asks what you want. Maybe you used to get something like that, like what she's eating right now. But now you bring some bone broth or a smoothie or just anything healthy, or you order like the same thing but a way smaller portion than you used to, you are going to ruffle some feathers. I'm going to make like a whole nother video about Sharon, like I said, because I just like to talk about this more in general. But you should have your person that you don't want to be like, because it will give you a closer look at the habits you shouldn't have, especially if the person is older than you. It's like having a time machine to see, oh my God, if I keep eating like Sharon, I'm going to wake up one day and I'm going to be Sharon shape. But oh my God, I'm not trolling. I'm so serious though. I have like a Sharon in my mind, and I swear this is what I do to keep myself motivated. It might be controversial, but it helps me a lot, because they always say you're not supposed to compare, but when you start leveling up, people will try to discourage you and compare you to other people they feel like are doing better than you, or even themselves, because the less you act like them, the more they will feel like you feel like you're better than them, and will try to defend their behavior when you're just off in pretty girl land leveling up. So what do you think, ladies? Have you thought about these 3 people? Who are you looking up to right now? Do you know a lady in your life or follow one on social media that is also leveling up? Do you have a Sharon in your life that you don't want to be like? Let me know in the comments below. Until next time, ladies, eyes on the prize.